Okay, here's an interesting one. So I listened to an audiobook over the last few days. It's called The Conspirators Hierarchy, The Committee of 300 by John Coleman. I was recommended this book to broaden my view on the things that I currently talk about. I found the book really interesting and I wanted to share some insights from it, as well as maybe food for thought. The book is very convincing and it has a lot of facts, so I do recommend reading it. So obviously we know about the Freemasons and the world government. Okay, that's not new, we know about that. So John Coleman is a British intelligence officer and he wrote this book. He talks about the 300 family clans, the most rich people on the planet. They stay in the dark really, but they govern a lot of the world politics. And like in chess, the king is not the most important, it's the queen. So they are the queen. So in fact, those that govern in the West really don't matter. They're just puppets in the hands of this committee. So what did this committee do in the 70s? They organised a scientific research programme, results of which were quite disappointing to them. They found that the natural reserves of this planet are not enough for the amount of people that are on it. So by their understanding, natural reserves are limited and they started a program to destroy the world's population until it reached 1 billion. And this would be the golden 1 billion. It would include countries like USA, Canada, Israel, Japan and West Europe. But the rest of the countries should be completely eradicated. And of course they set a timeline for their goal, and that is 100 years. So from 1970 to 2070. So look, you know what? It would seem that current events really confirm this. I mean, they broke up the USSR. They certainly didn't want that type of strength. That would have really put a dent in their plans. And then they started wars within the previous USSR just to ensure that we never ever get back together. They started creating all sorts of illnesses, viruses, pandemics, AIDS, etc. LGBTQ community started to grow very fast. And although members of the LGBTQ community can have children, a lot can't. You would agree with me on that. They're starting to now excuse pedophilia. They are encouraging and promoting children to change their gender. They are promoting war. And all of this is contributing to the population decline. So in essence, we're really destroying ourselves, very slowly but surely. They're ensuring that we're always butting heads. They don't give a shit about people, children. They just want their descendants to survive. But us little cockroaches, no, they don't need us. So I have to say, my mind is blown a little. A lot of it makes sense. I mean, do you really think that the whole world is fighting for little Ukraine? A little country with no significance, really. Wait for the Ukrainians now to come out and say, we are special, we are amazing. You're not. Sorry to burst your bubble. Now, I've always said that they're at war with Russia, but this book really confirms it even further. Russia is a real pain in the ass for them, and they're already starting to annoy China. And before you say, well, how do you know Putin is not part of this program or plan? Well, through reading the book and noticing the facts in it, it really just does not seem that way. And obviously judging by the current events, the whole world is against Putin. And so Putin is now in turn at war with everyone else, fighting for his country's survival. Look, it's a point of view. It's a really interesting point of view, worth considering. I'll pop the name of the book in the caption. Let me know what you think.